Hey guys, welcome back to the Roar Report podcast. I'm Abby.
I'm Gordon.
I'm
I'm
shy.
Jake. I'm Jake T.
Today we have Shy here with us to talk about some of his experience with track. How are you doing today, Shy?
I'm good. Long day. I actually just drank a Celsius, so I'm like, I'm don't know how I'm gonna go to sleep in like 2 hours.
Awesome. Well, I guess do you want to tell us some of your background with track and how you got into athletics?
Yeah, so I played football all the way up. I started when I was, I think, 7, and then it was always football and a little bit of basketball all the way up until like middle school. And then my mom was like, I think you'd be a good long jumper. So my brother did track. He was like doing hurdles. So I was like, okay. So I went out there. So I did all the jumps, long, triple, and high jump. And I was absolutely terrible at high jump. I didn't clear a single height the whole year. I don't know what made me continue to do it, but the next year I hit a growth spurt a little bit. I went from like 5'6" to like 5'11", 6 foot, maybe 6 foot and a quarter, one of those two. And it made like a difference. So I went from clearing nothing to 5'6". That was the PR from eighth grade year. And then ever since then it was just like, I don't know, I kind of loved the sport. So we just kept doing it and kept doing it and kept doing it. And then um got to college, decided I didn't want to go for just football, I didn't want to go for like just track. So I went to UNC Charlotte for 2 years. Football wasn't all that great. Really, I was like, no. So after being there for 2 years, I was like, I only want to do track. So then hit the portal, hit track, and now I'm at Clemson. And that's kind of just like it's like a brief overview of everything.
Yeah, that's awesome. So our two like big topics today are about social identification and social media in sports, and then also sports fans and media use. So my first question for you, um, kind of has to do with social media. I was wondering, do you ever feel like pressured to present yourself in a certain way on social media since Clemson Athletics has like such a big audience, and especially now after you won the ACC championship and you had even more eyes on you, like did you feel like you had to present yourself like a certain way?
So after like necessarily winning ACCs, like not really, I mean, not really much has changed just because since I first entered the NCAA, NIL has always been a thing. So I've always been able to work with brands. I started working with Celsius September 2021. And so like literally since I've been in college, um, I've had eyes on my social media. And even in college or even in high school, trying to get recruited, like they have social media people. They're like go and stalk everything to make sure like see what you're doing, see what you're posting, like blah blah blah. So I think just like trying to be recruited to go to college and NIL being a thing when I like went to college, I don't really feel as much pressure as to like presenting myself a certain way just because like I don't know, like I've grown up with it. It's kind of been like the whole thing. So as far as like changing anything, I don't know, I just do my thing.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
I guess that's good. You don't have to like, I guess, well, you still have to maintain a certain image, but you don't have to like feel like there's hawks around you all the time, I guess. So yeah.
So signing a scholarship at Clemson, obviously in the scholarship it says we're not allowed to use tobacco, alcohol, and all that fun jazz. So considering the fact that I can't use any of those, it makes social media presence so much easier because I'm not allowed to use alcohol or tobacco anyway. So obviously I'm not gonna post about it. Um, and then as far as like, I mean like that's really about it. I don't really curse a lot on like posts or anything. My mom, I'm from the South. My parents and my grandma can see my posts. So as far as that regards, I'm obviously not going to post anything like dropping like an F-bomb or something. My parents can see this. So there's not really any pressure. I don't do anything crazy and extravagant that get negative reviews.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I was also wondering, like, with the social identification part, how do you feel like being an athlete here at Clemson has helped like shape your identity both like on and off of the track, I guess?
I think. I think like it helped me fall more back in love with the sport. So like coming from a school that's not a Power Five school, especially in a sport that doesn't already get enough screen time as it is like oh, I'm on the UNC Charlotte track and field team, you know. It's like it's like everyone's like, oh, like we have a track and field team, like what? But like being here at Clemson, the post, the engagement, just because of the Tiger Ball, there's so much more like screen time and eyes everywhere. It's like I'm like more proud to call myself an athlete. I fell back in love with the sport. Like I'm proud to wear my school colors. You know, it's like it makes being an athlete like like fun and being a hobby again. Like, oh my God, like you got the athlete book bag. Like, what do you do versus like at other institutions, like maybe they don't have like logos on the bag or whatever. So I think as far like that aspect as being in Clemson, it made me fall more back in love with the sport.
Yeah, for sure. And I guess along with that, I was at your track media day. I guess that was last semester. Do you feel like stuff like media day kind of helps with the, I guess, social identification, like with yourself in track and then also like the team as a whole, like building excitement for the season?
It's so much fun just because we get to represent an organization and ourselves at the same time. You know, Leo, he had his Taiwan flag because being with Leo, like that's who he loves Taiwan. Every chance he gets, he mentions Taiwan. Same with all of our Kenyans and Jamaicans, they all have the flags, and it's like it allows us to be able to like show who we are and our personalities while also being able to represent such a big organization. And it's not just like, oh, this is like a Clemson Media Day, only wear Clemson stuff. So Clemson being accepting of that is really lovely.
Yeah, that's awesome.
What's up, Shy?
Hey,
So
JT.
you kind of answered my question. My question was how you've taken advantage of, or have you taken advantage of NIL opportunities? And I guess I'll just ask like a follow-up on that. Like, how have you used social media to sort of promote the NIL opportunities that you've gotten since you've been at Clemson?
Yeah, so how I'm a very authentic person. I don't change for anything. You can put the Pope right in front of me and my actions are gonna stay the same. And I think that's what brands love the most is the fact that I'm very authentic, whether I'm like presenting a product or presenting my Taco Bell order I just got. Like I'm the same enthusiastic, really fun, like over the top, so much fun. And it brings like another level of just like promotion to a product. So it's like, oh, like you can't really tell it's an advertisement. And it's like, man, like Sha really loves Celsius, and you can't tell it's an ad just because I'm always like this 24/7. So I think that's kind of like my main gist is just staying authentic, and that alone just brings in companies because the less people feel like it's an ad, the more inclined and like into it they are to like actually go look at the product more and like listen to like what I'm saying versus is I'm like, hi, this is XYZ. I'm obviously getting paid to do this. So I feel like that's just how I've taken advantage of it. It's just using my authenticity and yeah,
Yeah, it's like a guy like Gronk or someone. They just have that like personality that you can always recognize. That's cool.
exactly.
And then another question I have is, since you first got to Clemson and joined the track team, how has the fan support been? And I guess like you can compare that with that at UNC Charlotte as well.
It's actually like insane. I don't even know the correct way to describe it. Like after I won ACCs, soon as I'm like walking through a Walmart and there was like four people telling me congratulations. And it's like, for one, you know, track and field exists. Two, you care enough about Clemson athletics to know that I just won an ACC championship. Like what? What is this? And so, I mean, it's insane. It's in through the roof. Obviously, we have a phenomenal sports teams all around the board. All of our varsity sports is like the Tiger Paw. Everybody knows the Tiger Paw, the national championships. Clemson fans are like all over the place. You can go to Columbia, you can go to anywhere, and they're like, oh my gosh, like you like Clemson? Like I'm a fan. And when we was in Orlando, or not even Orlando, just Louisville for ACC championships. you'd be surprised how many Clemson fans are in Louisville. And there's literally another ACC school 10 minutes down the road. So I really love our fans. I love the support. They all travel. Our fan base is amazing. My family has been diehard Clemson fans since they were born. Every last one of them. Even my teacher. So as a young kid, it was always like, "Oh, I can't wait to be a Clemson athlete." And then so like the fact that I'm here now is like that the support from the locals or even it's just amazing because it's like, man, like you've been calling this. And so it's like double that just because it's like close to home for them.
That's really cool. And does that like one quick follow up on that, like that fan support and like, someone stopping you in a Walmart, like does that really push you to go the extra mile and work harder to, I guess put a better result out there?
It as far as like pushing better results, I mean, not really just because like my standards are already high. So whether I have no supporters or like a million supporters, I'm always personally gonna keep going hard to reach like the accolades. But it's like it takes the stress away while doing that. It's like, man, like people are encouraging me. So it's easier to keep pushing. It's easier to keep going.
What's up, Shy?
Hey, Gordon.
I just want to give you a little story real quick. I think it was last year. You're mentioning your Celsius sponsorship. I'm pretty sure I was walking down Core Pathway, and you had like a Celsius in your hand, and you were like, "Yo, you want a Celsius?" And I
Was
picked
that
that
on a
right out of your
bike?
hand. You might have been. I think you were.
Yeah, I love coming down the little core ramp right over there and like there's like every all the tables. That core is right outside of that's where Canes is, right?
Yeah, like Starbucks and Canes, all that good
Yeah,
stuff.
all that fun jazz. Yeah, I love. It's like so many people just sitting there, especially like in the spring when it's nice and it's warm. So many people are like, um, they're doing homework, and I just come, just drop a Celsius off, boom, 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 boom. Yeah, that's a fun little spot.
Yeah, dude. I was on my way to the gym, so you helped me out with a little caffeine before the gym.
See, boom, I'm everywhere.
Yeah,
It's kind of
exactly.
bad. I've been so busy with traveling in school, I haven't been able to do it as much.
Well, I just I want to get into the questions real quick, but I just want to ask you, like, have you seen a difference in the fans' usage of media and how it like correlates between college and high school? Like, is there a difference, and do you think that difference has affected you personally on like your athletic performance?
It might be me. Can you reword that real quick?
Yeah, yeah. So like in high school, obviously fans probably followed your high school track, but like media
Yes.
page maybe, but like definitely in college they follow it a lot more, and there's just more than just the students and like the teachers, like just in general, like a lot of fans. So them interacting with you from high school to college, is there a difference?
Yeah. Okay, sorry, I got it now. But yeah, for the most part, obviously being able to represent any type of organization at the NCAA level is going to bring more viewers, followers, like people on campus is just going to follow you just because you're on the team. Same with people outside. If they follow Clemson University and Clemson University reposts one of the track and field posts, they're going to follow you just because you're an athlete. So the fan usage there has increased, and then from there, they follow all your other social media platforms. And so when a big track meet comes up, I think like ACCs, I got like over 150, 200 good luck messages versus in high school, I was getting like 15, 20, 30 from like
Right.
friends and family. So like just that alone is just like the good luck, the good luck, good luck. Whether they mean it on a sincere level or just saying good luck just because they know I'm on the team and they could really care less. Like either way, I'm not a mind reader, so I don't know how they mean it. So just the good luck there. It's just like it's nice, it's reassuring, and it's just like, yeah, like people care whether they're actually watching or not. Like, no, I'm gonna tell
Right.
myself they're watching. And so it's like I got people to go make proud. So
Yeah, no, I can imagine like all the good lucks and the good words of affirmation before like a meet is definitely good. And I'm sure that like carries over to your performance. Like maybe right before you start a race, you're thinking like, man, I had like 70 people tell me good luck today. Like I'm feeling myself. But also
right,
like
yeah.
on the negative aspect, have you ever like gotten like I don't know, hate messages or just like bad like DMs or anything like that? And has that affected you also?
Yeah, I mean, that's gonna come with being an athlete in general, especially when you're talented and your sport, like people are gonna hate to see you succeed just because they're not in your spot. But at the same time, it's like once you're an elite athlete at this level, it's like it goes right through one ear and out the other. So I've had people tell me like in high school, so many people tell me, even a couple coaches tell me like, oh, like you can't do both sports in high school in college. Like it just doesn't work like that. Like you're not gonna be good enough to do both, whether it was coming from like a hateful negative way or like coming from like a I care about you negative way. Either way it was negative. So it's kind of just like, you tell a kid he can't do something when he's 15. I mean, it's really hard. Most 15-year-olds when they're coached, somebody who they consider like a mentor and they look up to tells you you can't do something. It's like most people shut down and keep going. But like I said, once like an elite athlete, it goes like you got to learn to just send it through one ear and out the other because there's always going to be a negative comment somewhere, some way. I think I had uh like after I won ACCs, I don't even know who it was, but I had a random person tell me it's because the previous ACC champion wasn't competing, which is true. Kennedy saw that he got hurt. I think he goes like 223, which is great, but at the same time, it's like, hey, look, I won, whether you like it or not, I won. So,
Yeah,
and that's not gonna affect me. I'm gonna go outdoor and I'm gonna go do it again. And
right.
whoever decides to step in the ACC and competes against me in a high jump, I'm gonna do it again. So you just learn to just send it through one ear and out the other.
That's good. That's good. Yeah. Now, obviously, like you've been in athletics and also social media has been a part of that since you've come up. So, like, how do you think social media has shaped the interaction between fans and athletes in general? Like, do you think there's more access, like you're talking about, with like positive messages, negative messages? Is there like more opportunities with fans? Like maybe I don't know, like maybe like the Olympic committee like reaches out to the athletic department in specifics to you. Like, do you think there's a difference between no social media, like no interaction over social media at all, compared to now where like anybody can text you and say like, great job, or you suck.
Yeah. So, everything in the world has positives and negatives, obviously. So I think there's lots of negatives and positives to both sides of it. As far as positive goes, there's so much to come with it. Like I said, like track and field is one of the sports that doesn't really see a lot of recognition. It's on the up and up. A lot of more people are following it. Like it's becoming bigger, but at the same time, it's because of the internet and social media and things like that. And so like back in the day, you can't watch videos of people jumping 7 foot all the time, only in the Olympics or stuff when it's like, like big meets when it's broadcasted. But now we can watch 16-year-olds in high school go jump 7'3" and 7'4", and it's like, oh my God, like track and field is like low key cool. So it's like social media in that aspect is phenomenal. Again, like I said, like just being able to broadcast you and your talents. Now you just posted this video of you jumping over seven. Now you got this brand that wants to connect with you, or this brand, or that brand, or it's like a bunch of little ways. As far as like negatives go, obviously, like I said, people are gonna hate. So you post that really cool video, boom, somebody hates your form. Somebody thinks they're a Hall of Fame coach, and now they're trying to critique you, or they tell you suck really, or they bring in somebody better than you. Like it's like somebody trying to compare me. It's like, oh, you'll never be Dontavius Hill or Javon Harrison. It's like, so what? So I think there's a lot of negatives and positives to both. Social media is a platform where it's all algorithms. So it's like you like one track and field video. The next time you get on, you got three more track and field videos. And so I think it's a really great tool. Obviously, like I said, everything's going to have negatives, but I think it's a really great tool. I think universities need to keep using it. We have a really good media team over here at Clemson. They try to keep up with the trends when they can and like things like that to stay relevant, stay keeping people engaged. And I think that's going to bring in viewers and that's going to bring in money, and we're going to be able to keep growing our program and stuff like that. So I think social media is a great platform, as long as it's used correctly, and you just let the negative stuff go through one ear and out the other.
Just one more question for you. It's
Yeah.
definitely not touching on the social media, but like track and field is a huge team as a whole. So what's it like being a part of such a big team and all your high jumpers in general, the sprinters, like long distance, how is that being a part of a team, especially at Clemson?
It's great. I've been in athletics my whole life, and like I said, I played two sports at the Division 1 level. So I've seen like teamwork on two different ends. You come from football, it's like you really need all 11 guys. Like you have to work together.
Right.
It's like a core. Like if I go here, you got to come versus this, that, and the third. Versus track and field, it's kind of just like you just go and you just go, and then once you're at the top, it's like a magnet. You connect from there. So it's like it takes the stress off of performance just a little bit, just because like you only have to worry about you and your own weight versus in football is like, man, like yeah, my quarterback has to get me this ball versus I have to catch it or we both look bad as a team. So, but as far as like just I love track and field just because we have I think 104 people and we're reaching Kenyans, Jamaicans, African Americans, just regular men. We got every Europeans, like it's all coming together. So I'm learning all different like languages, different lifestyles. My husband partner Leo, he's from Taiwan, he's Asian, so he showed me like I'm perfect. I'm not perfect, but I'm pretty good with chopsticks. Like I could like before I used to be able to like fandangle picking up a piece of sushi with chopsticks. Now I'm like, we go to Panda Express, like I'm eating the rice, I'm eating the noodles with the chopsticks. So, like it's cool on that. So it's a lot different. Football is like it's like you got people from everywhere, but it's like the environment is like it's much different. Track and field is so much more fun, so much more like social interaction. And again, I think it's like stemming from the fact that like I just have to focus on myself. As long as I'm like the best that I can be, I don't have to like you don't have to beat yourself too much over like a bad performance versus like in other sports, like it's so much stress on you to be perfect just because you affect like the rest of the team more than track and field does.
Yeah. I really like how you said that. Like it definitely takes off the pressure of like picking up slack for somebody else or maintaining the slack you're supposed to handle. I feel like track, it's definitely like an individual sport, but you have to also like be your best to win the overall thing when everybody else is there with you trying to be their best.
That's probably my least favorite part is being a defensive guy on the football field is like all I can do is hope the play comes my way, versus like I can't control anything on offense. I can't kick the ball, I can't throw it, I can't catch it, I can't score any touchdowns unless I get a turnover. Like you have such a big like what's the word? You have such like a big task, but like not really a bunch of tools to complete that task, versus like track and field, you got one goal, you got one task, and you are your own tool. So it's like phenomenal. I think, yeah,
Well, thanks, man. I appreciate you. Hey, catch me a core and give me another Celsius sometime.
I got you. Listen, soon as I'm off the next 2 weeks, so if I can finagle up some free time, I will be on campus over the
Hell
next
yeah.
2 weeks. I'm pretty sure
Sweet.
they will love it too. I'm surprised I haven't got a really mean email asking where I've been because I've not been present.
Hey Shy, we
Hello.
only have about 6 minutes, so I'll just hit you with just one last thought and then we'll wrap it up. You kind of answered my questions, but I just wanted to ask a new one. So just in terms of like high school, maybe middle school athletes, what advice would you give them if they're looking to and play a sport in college, just in terms of leveraging social media to help their brands, and then kind of actually just answer that one first, and I'll ask my second one.
So for athletes that like want to play, it depends on what sport,
Yeah.
but um, like obviously for track and field, I would tell most people to like look at college results, whether it's D3, D2, D1, whether it's Clemson or it's like South Carolina Upstate. Like look at what those guys are doing, just because that's what is going to get you recruited. Or like on the official pages of like athletics for track and field, they'll have like the recruiting standards. So I know um, a lot of people they were like, "Oh, like I'm winning my region," but it's like which is like phenomenal, which is great. Like at the end of the day, all you want to do is like enter a competition and win, but your region isn't hitting the marks it takes to get to college. So now it's like, oh my gosh, I just won region. I'm going to upper state. I'm going to state. Like, why am I not getting recruited? So pay attention to those standards. And then what I found helpful the most is how I was able to, because we didn't have a high jump coach um when I first started jumping. Then we got Coach Johnson, he came through, but then look, even he would tell you that like I eventually got to a point which was like out of his coaching range. So it's like I had phenomenal coaches, but a lot of it was like coaching by myself and like at home off. So it's like when it comes to watching film, I still do it to this day. I would say like take your video and like compare it to whoever you want to be. Like if you're a sprinter, you compare it to Usain Bolt or somebody like that. Like me personally, I use Mutaz or like Javon Harrison. So it's like I'm comparing my film to theirs, and I would take how they're jumping, watch it, and then the very next day at practice, I would go like fix that thing. I would go like fix it and like replicate it. And that is where I seen like the greatest success is just knowing that like what standards I need to hit to get recruited and taking the film and comparing it my form and trying to get it as perfect as possible.
Yeah, that's awesome stuff. And then last thing, kind of advice to younger people, just real quick, what advice would you give in terms of maintaining, because you seem like you have a good, like stable identity. So what advice would you give them for handling social media, maybe the negative stuff, and maintaining your identity?
I mean, that's kind of really hard for me personally. How like I maintain everything is through like my faith in Jesus Christ. Like my strength comes from Him. My mindset, when I get down in a low place, I reach to Him. When I'm at my highest, I like reach like everything stems for Him. So it's like when I get tested with adversity, I just stick to my bread and butter. I carry my Bible and my book bag everywhere I go. I got a like little devotion book. So for me that's where I go to. So like I have a quote that I can't maybe somebody else said it, but I came up with myself, you can't break what Jesus built. So it's like, like if that's your thing, if you're a Christian, you believe in God, I'd say like, heavy on it, stand on it. Like that is he's gonna be your best friend through it all. Because at the end of the day, that's what we're doing it for anyway.
Appreciate it. Well, thank you for being on with us.
And
Thank
if
you.
you guys ever see me on campus, stop and say what's up. I'll be looking out for you.
Sounds good.
Heard
Yeah,
that
Appreciate
one.
thank you
it.
so much for your time.
It was fun. I enjoyed it. Of
Thanks a lot, Shy.
course, you
Yeah.
guys enjoy.
So we only have a minute left, so just maybe quick thoughts about.
I think like just off the bat, like he talked a lot about like handling different types of social media interaction, and he like definitely hammered in like just letting go of all the negative stuff, which obviously I feel like a lot of athletes think about, and that's like their main thought. But also I liked how he brought up religion, and now like he kind of touched on it, and he was like, like even when stuff gets hard, even if it's not a message through Instagram, it's still God there for me, and I'm reaching out to him, which is nice.
I like that a lot too. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was cool.
All right, well, I think this is our last planned episode of the Roar Report. So thanks everyone for tuning in, and it's been a pleasure, everyone. So
Dang right.
sign off.
Yep.
See you guys.
See you.
Later.
Bye.